Hello guys, welcome to my channel. This is Baklava Ma'ara. Today I'm going to make a traditional Albanian dessert, inexpensive. It's very few ingredients. Guys, I tell you, this is time consuming, but I'm telling you it's worth the while. And starting with a small saucepan or pot, we're going to put 1 cup of milk for our sugar syrup. So this is going to be our sugar syrup with 2 cups of cold water. I already pre-measured it. And with 2 cups of just sugar. And we're going to whisk this till the sugar dissolves. With this said, we're going to put it over our heat, but we're not gonna boil it. Oops, wrong burner. So we're going to just whisk and whisk and whisk till we dissolve our sugar syrup completely and it starts to just warm up, and we're going to leave this to the side, guys. This is called Hallva. It's normally made for different occasions. Most people make it for parties and stuff like that, or for like a yearly feast. So I'm just going to whisk this till it's completely dissolved. Sugar, that's all we need to dissolve our sugar. In this other saucepan, which is going to be a little deeper than the sugar syrup pan, so we need this a little deeper, so you'll see that later. Where am I saying that for? We're going to take, it's a non-stick pan, so we're going to take 3 tablespoons of unsalted butter with a 1/2 cup of vegetable oil. We're gonna let this melt, and we're only using the wooden spoon, guys, other than a metal spoon or whisk. So you'll see why am I saying that we need a wooden spoon, because we're going to stir our flour. Once this melts together, then we're going to put our 2 cups of flour to this. Time consuming is because you need to stir your flour and mix your flour all the way to the caramelization. So with this said, our sugar syrup milk mixture is ready. So this is what it looks like, and we're going to turn off our heat and leave this to the side till our flour is ready. And that's all you got. Very few minutes to this. Leave these just like that. So our flour, we're going to add here 2 cups. Now there are butter and our oil is mixed and melted. So we're going to mix this in about 30 to 35 minutes till our flour starts to get caramelized color but not burned. So what I tell you guys, this is time consuming. I mean, it's time consuming, but you lower it completely, the flame to very low flame, and constantly mixing it. Make sure there's no white flour around. And once this starts to caramelize, you see how it starts to loosen up. It's not clumpy. You just have to constantly mix it, guys. So we'll come back to it. If you're new to my channel, welcome. This is Baklava Ma'ara, making traditional Albanian dessert, which is called Hallva. While our flour is cooking, make sure you scrape the sides, and like I'm doing right now, so that you don't let the other side of the flour pale. They must be cooked all even. It's gonna be caramelized. You don't want to burn it. That's the key. That's the key, because if you burn this type of dessert will smell and it will taste bitter, and we don't want that, guys. So we just keep mixing and mixing and mixing it and scraping all the sides as I'm doing. Make sure it's nice and cooked. Do not turn your back at this, guys. I'm telling you, this will start to burn in different spots. Make sure the flame is low but wide. The medium burner. Here, guys, as you can see, our colors are turning out to be beautiful, but we need it a little bit more darker. So this is more than halfway point. As you can see now, it's loose, the flour. It's not clumpy, it's smooth. And just keep mixing and mixing and mixing. If you want to be brave, you could turn up the heat, but you cannot turn up your back at it because it will constantly burn. So you can mix it again and again and again. And I'm going to turn on the heat a little bit more. Give it another 5 minutes. Guys, this is the color we're looking for. So this is all ready to put our sugar syrup. Now, what I'm telling you, be careful. You must be careful. So we're adding our milk and our water, and this is gonna start to thicken fairly quick. So we're going to turn on the heat a little bit more and constantly mixing it till it starts to thicken. So make sure you have a quick mixture and starts to thicken like a roux. So if you know the roux, how it gets thickened, so you constantly mix it. This is definitely the part you want to be careful. It starts to become a volcanic once it starts to thicken. So be careful by mixing this. You gotta be very careful so you don't get third-degree burns. So I'm warning you, my flame is high at this point. So that's why you need a deep pot. Be careful, guys, because this is where it becomes volcanic, and you gotta constantly mix. Be careful, it gets thick, so we turn off the heat. At this point, you don't need the heat anymore. It just constantly mix. As you can see, it's becoming nice and thick, and you just mix it till it becomes nice and silky, and you'll see it pulling off the pan. Here, our nonstick pan, as you see, and we have an 8x8 glass dish that I prepared to pour our halva in there. And just at this point, you just mix another 2 minutes. As you can see it now, it's ready to pour in our glass dish. Now you see it how there's no more flour at the bottom here. So this is what we want. We want nice and silky and smooth. No any crumbs, no any lumps. And we're going to, at this point, we're going to prepare and put it all on the pan. At the same time, you gotta be quick about this dish because you don't want to let it dry. So just like that, as you can see it. So you scrape the wooden spoon and take a soup spoon and just mix it quick. You pat this down fast. It goes nice and silky and shiny on the top. We don't want a dull color. Just go to the corners. This is the timing. If you don't pat this fast down, you cannot work with this anymore. This will start to dry up on you. And if you want to do a design to it, so this is, as you can see, it's a clean pot.